go above and beyond and set the trend even higher. Now, as an event producer, what I've learned about the culture of creators, about the culture of people that are innovative, about the culture of people that are very passionate, is that once we reach a ceiling, we want to keep getting challenged. Like, what's the next challenge? I feel like I've reached this ceiling, and I'm looking for the next challenge to level up, because we always want to level up. I've learned that about people that are very creative. That once they reach once they reach their goal, they're looking for the next challenge. Like, yo, what's next? What's next for my career? You know what I mean? So today, part of our conversation, in fact, 99.9% of our conversation involves the next level. Okay, so please, for the time that you're here, just give us your undivided attention. Try to stay away from your phones for a few minutes. This is very important information. Whether you're gonna, whether you will gravitate toward the information today or next year or 10 years from now, just know that this information will come in handy at some point in your career. If you're an artist, if you're an entrepreneur, if you just love to invest, looking into diversifying your portfolio, Sue Fearless is going to tap into that as well as many other topics. But these are the type of conversations that we come from New York to New Orleans to speak to you guys, because we're very passionate about this, okay? So thank you once again for coming out, and first and foremost, I want to give God the glory for even allowing this opportunity to happen. I am a man of God, and I wholeheartedly believe that everything happens in divine order. Says to myself, we've been following each other for the past 10 years, and I told the brother, I said, King, one of these days I'm going to come to your city, and I'm going to bring something that we can both work on, and boom, today is that day. So glory to God for that, and thank you guys for the attention and for the opportunity to be on this stage with you.
Yes. This is what makes a great partnership, right? Just everything Excel shared, is what we're on the journey of doing right now. But I am Sue Fearless, and I just want to say thank you guys for having us here, for having us in your hometown. We really appreciate it. We're tapping in to the culture. So this is my second time here. I came the first time, I had a great time, so I love the energy, the spirit here. Shout out to the fellas, but I'm definitely here to represent for the ladies. Okay, I see y'all, yes. So all the ladies in business, just like Excel, I have a great trajectory. I started doing events myself about a long time. I'm going to say maybe 13 to 15 years ago. I've done a lot of great events. I've worked with a lot of great people, a lot of well-known people, a lot of, wealthy people, and just put a lot of great events together for them. I'm more focused on like the energy. I like bringing people together, sharing a good space, everybody leaving happy, having a good time. So that's something that I've always been focused on. But also women empowerment is huge for me. So what I bring to my community is that empowerment. I bring the resources, the knowledge, education behind business, finances, entrepreneurship, right? So that's what I focus on. So although I'm not in the entertainment industry, I have worked with a lot of artists and things like that because I'm passionate about them tapping into what else they can do with their artistry, right? So yes, you do music, your music is banging, all of that good stuff, but what about your image? What about your name? What about your likeness? Which we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a few, but expanding on that, right? Now we're in an age where we have social media, right? So our social media is our branding, right? So how to elevate that, right? How to tap into what else you can do with your music and your talent. And just everything. I just went to Dubai for a girls trip in January. So, when I went there, I didn't even go there thinking about business, but once I was there, I was like, oh man, I should have done more research and met a lot of people. So I like to travel and meet people and talk to people and connect and network, right? So I came back with that mentality, connected with Excel, we're building a dope situation, right? So now you're not only going out there to enjoy yourself, enjoy a luxury experience, adventure, excursions, all of that good stuff, but you can potentially work on your business and your artistry, expand your portfolio, and all of that, right? While having a good time, right? Because I'm all about work hard, play harder. So yeah, so that's me in a nutshell. And once we're done with the Q&A, you guys can ask us questions, and we'll be happy to answer everything. Right?
Most definitely, man. Give a big round of applause for our guests, man. Give a big round of applause for our guests. Of course, man, I'm yours truly, Don Pio, on the Morning Brew, 102.3 FM New Orleans. Now, newly just took over 10 to 2, 104.7 Jams, AM 1490. I'll be here today for the purposes of Q&A. I had a chance to meet these dope individuals. They were on my radio show this past Friday, and I wanted to come in and put together a conversation in which represents the audience and maybe ask questions that you guys may want to know the answer to, and also some of the things that they'll explain. I'll ask them in areas to go deeper into some of the things that they're explaining about how it goes and how it works. So I'll be navigating the evening throughout the day. And so we're gonna get ready to have a dope conversation. If you're ready to have a dope conversation, give me a big round of applause. How many people are excited about talking about going to travel internationally? I'll make a little noise, make a little noise, make a little noise. How many people are excited about making some international money? Yeah, that's what I want to hear about. I said it on the radio. I said, man, I need an Airbnb in Dubai. You feel me? And I know what I paid for the one in South Beach. What they pay for the one in Dubai. That's the type of conversations. How many artists want to perform in Dubai? They got a lot of investors in Dubai. You perform in Dubai, you could probably really run into an investor in real life. All right, man, we're about to get ready to jump into some of those things with a plethora of questions. And of course, once we run through some of the questions and talk about the purpose and why we're doing what we're doing today, we'll actually give you guys an opportunity, and I'll walk around the audience and we'll take some questions from the audience. Before we get started, again, for anybody that missed that down at the end, that's my man, Brian Excel. Make some noise for Brian Excel. All right, man, representing the ladies, she made that very clear. Make some noise for Sue Fearless, Sue Fearless. Big ups to the homie Cess45, man, for putting this together. He'll be joining us momentarily. Make some noise for Cess45. All right, man, of course, this event is called Fly to Dubai. It's put on by Invite Only, Global VIP, that is the company. And of course, it'll start me off with my first question of the day. Who is Invite Only Global VIP?
Thank you. One more time for the homie Don P, who's been doing a lot for the community out here. For sure, man. Respect, brother. Global VIP, Invite Only Global VIP. What is that, right? Those are 4 words, and every single word holds weight. Invite Only Global VIP. Meaning that we are looking for people that are like-minded. You know how you say birds of a feather flock together? You know that saying. That's exactly what Invite Only is. I'm only going to invite people that could flock with me. You know what I'm saying? Because if we could fly together, then we need to be global VIP. We need to start enjoying the world at a VIP level. Just like how you go to a venue, you go to an event, and you experience the VIP treatment at a local venue, a lounge, or bar. Imagine that treatment globally. That's the intention here. Everywhere you go internationally, you should be treated as a VIP, very important person. And we're gonna break it down, let you guys know exactly how you can enhance your presence in a country to where they can treat you like a VIP. And if you don't mind, I'll start. Now, back in 2003, I first went to Dubai. Dubai had 3 buildings. Today, you guys see Dubai, right? The skyline is unmatched. Not even New York City could compete. They blew New York City out the window. That's how advanced and forward thinking those the Emiratis, which is the natives of that area of the world are. But when I was there in 2003, I was inspired because I was having conversations with the local natives, and they were telling me everything that is happening today. They told me that back then. And I'm like, ain't no way you're gonna be better than New York, because I'm from the Bronx. So you're talking crazy to me if you're telling me you're gonna be better than my city. You know what I'm saying? It's like me coming to your city telling you that, yo, we gonna be better than you. No, that sounds crazy, bro. You're not gonna do that. And then boom, they really did that. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm super inspired. And for me, it's no longer about being one-dimensional. I'm not interested in just curating all of my talents, all of my energy in one area of the world, because the world is a big stage, y'all. And it's a beautiful place. You know, even though we love where we come from, we love our home city, hometown, but there's a lot of different opportunities. And remember this, especially if you're an entrepreneur or an artist, you really cannot preach to your village. They're not going to learn to appreciate you until you go over there. Then your village is going to see you moving in a way that they can only fathom. Now the real support from your village will come. Once they see you moving in a way internationally, they're going to say, wow, look at him, look at her. She pulled it off. Now we're going to support. And that's just how it goes. For in most cases, and 90% of the cases, that's how it goes. There's very slim cases where that doesn't work like that, but the majority, and I'm just going to speak from a general perspective, and the majority, and the spectrum of the majority, that's how it goes. So now, after I've been in Dubai for so many years, and I realized all the resources, they have the money, no doubt about that. But the one thing they don't have is people like you, people like you, people like you. They don't have people like us, meaning we are the creators. We are the innovators. They have the money. They'll pay you to think for them. That's how wealthy they are. And as Don P mentioned, for artists, a lot of artists never even realize that something such as a residency. What is a residency? People think about Vegas. Oh, yeah, Usher, Celine Dion, those guys, you know, they made it already so they can get residencies. No, you can get residencies too. If you go to a developing nation, you go to a country that's developing like Dubai, like Nigeria, you go to countries like, right now the Dominican Republic is rapidly becoming one of the destinations in the Caribbean. You go to these developing countries, there are residencies available there for you. If you go to the Hard Rock Cafe in the Dominican Republic, and you are artist, and you're really about that life, you got yourself together, you have your EPK, which is your electronic press kit set up, you have your website set up, your Instagram and social media is curated properly, guess what? You can shop it around and land a residency deal. We managed to get one of our clients to get a residency deal over in Dubai, getting $15,000 a month to perform twice a week. Think about that. He's not a celebrity per se, he's just a talented individual. And he had his package, everything about him was set up properly. That's why us as artists, we have to take pride in our presentation and not just curate our content for our hood or for our city or for our blog or whatever. Curate it for the world. Because you limiting yourself by just curating your content or your projects to one specific group of people when there's 8 billion humans on this planet that haven't heard you yet. It's a lot of people out there, y'all. And every one of them want to support you. Imagine there's 8 billion humans and you can manage to get at least 2% of those 8 billion to support you. That's a lot of people, y'all. You know what I mean? That's just at the low end. But in order for you to get a hold of those 2%, you have to start going over there, shaking their hand. You have to go out there and inspire them with your talent. Show them that you're a breath of fresh air. Show them that you're different. So now, Invite Only Global VIP, we managed to curate an itinerary. I gave most of you guys a flyer. If I didn't give you a flyer, my apologies. But I'll be happy to give you one. Just raise your hand if you don't have a flyer. I'll walk to you and I'll give you a flyer right there. Do me a favor, pass it down to the king over there in the back, if you don't mind. My brother over there, you go. Thank you very much. So, we curate itineraries based on 4 categories: business, entertainment, luxury, and adventure. When you travel the world, in most cases, you have a standard itinerary. In most cases. Shout out Successful 5 for making this thing happen. Make some noise for the bro, man, because he made this whole thing happen. And without him being involved, we would have never been here. So I appreciate the bro for that, man. Shout out to the king. So, for the most part, when you travel and you go to these countries, you have an itinerary, which is a standard itinerary of things that you will do. But it's not an itinerary that will complement your area of specialty. So let me ask, how many fashion designers we have in here? Anybody that design clothes, merch? We have 1, 2, 3? Okay, perfect. So let me stay on that for a second, because there's a lot of artists, but I want to just show you guys how we can curate an itinerary for a fashion designer, as an example. What's your name, my brother? Track Life Shorty. Let's say Track Life Shorty says to me, yo, X, I want to go to Dubai and I want to do a fashion show. I want to do a fashion week, matter of fact. Yeah, because when you go to Dubai, Track Life, you got to think big. Everything is big. And nothing is off the table. And he says, I want to do that for the whole week that we're there. I want to do a product activation event. I want to do a pop-up shop. I want to do a fashion show. I want to do a rip the runway, and I want to do a brand activation. Every single one of those days we can curate for a specific request that he just made. Fashion show, brand, everything that I just mentioned. We have access to a $25 million yacht. He wants to do a fashion show there. Do it, bro. Let's get it popping. We going to the desert safari. He wants to do a brand activation event at the desert. No one in America has ever done that. Do it, bro. This is how we curate the itinerary to make sense for him to go to Dubai and make an impact, right? And enhance everything he's ever done with his product. Mind you, the product might be an exceptional product, but for some reason it's just not stated the way he wanted to state locally. So it's all about product placement. See? You put the product in the right window at Macy's, it's going to sell out. Dubai is Macy's. See, we keep selling our product in the same areas where most people are selling their products, so it's just going to be put in the same shelf like everybody else. But if you place your product somewhere else where it could be the only product that stands out, that look different than anything else on that table, you're going to be saying, yo, what's that? Automatically. So Dubai becomes that window for you, right? It'll be that Macy's. Because no one in the hood, or no one where I'm from, in the Bronx, New York, or Brooklyn, wherever, ever done a fashion show in the desert. Fuck out of here. You never did that shit. Stop lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to see receipts, bro. When? How? You ain't got no access to $25 million yachts, bro. My man did. And he come back to his city now inspiring the next wave of creators to think out the box. Why I gotta go to LA for BET weekend and do the same shit like everybody else when I could just go to Dubai and just kill it. Be the only one. Be the first one. Everybody does South by Southwest. Why I gotta do that? Why can I go to Dubai on the world's tallest infinity pool, Outer Sky Pool? Spa is endorsed by Hugo Boss. It's a high-end brand. Outer Sky Pool is on it's 88th floor, infinity pool all across the building. You can swim. Why you can't host a brand activation event up there? Why not, bro? We have access to that. You know what I'm saying? Why you can't perform at the Versace Palace? We have access to that. You know what I'm saying? Why you cannot headline a concert in 2 cities, in Abu Dhabi and in Dubai? We have access to that. Why you cannot have a media run, a radio interview, podcast interview in Abu Dhabi by the Grand Mosque? We have access to that. Product placement. As Sue mentioned, and I'll let her tap into the whole concept of NIL, but how many of you guys are familiar with the term NIL? Name, image, and likeness. If you're an athlete, you should have an idea of what NIL is, name, image, and likeness. So in the NCAA a few years ago, they actually passed a law that student athletes can now get paid by the academic institution based on their name, image, and likeness. So if a college or university sells you a jersey, then you get money from that. You get royalties from that as a college student. But I sat there and I thought about it and I said, yo, how come artists don't have that? Why are artists cannot get paid for their name, image, and likeness? Oh, but they do. They got this thing called 360 deal. So that's how they raping us. But if we know the value, right? A lot of us say, oh, I know my worth. You ain't gonna tell me my worth. So let's go through that conversation real quick. What is your worth? Your worth, based on what your friends and family considering, it ain't the worth that the market thinks. So if you're basing your worth on what your friends and family think, then you already doomed as a brand. Now, if you can manage to go to Dubai, Track Life, and bring 100 people with you, and each individual spends $3,000 to go to Dubai with you. You brought 100 people. Each one paid $3,000 to go over there. You just generated over $300,000 in local economy in Dubai, my brother. So guess what your worth is? 10% of that. So you can say, you'll pay me $30,000. That makes sense. Now you can talk your shit. You know your worth. I'm responsible for 100 people being out here. What are we talking about? I just boost the economy locally. That's how you determine your worth. By putting yourself in a position and using your influence, using your product, using your abilities, your creativity, your imagination to bring people together and move them across the globe and bring boost to those local economies. That's your worth. Or even in your city, right? What happens if you go to a club and you bring 50 people with you and you tell the promoter, yo, I need $20 for each person that pulled up for me. You know your worth. So now that's your booking fee because you can guarantee 50 people per event, right? He's paying you $20 per 50 heads. Well, he's probably charging him $50. So he keeps 30, you keep 20. That's good business. But why stop there? Why you can't go overseas with the same concept? And when you go to a venue overseas, right, and you headline in Dubai, guess what your city's doing? Watching you. Guess what they thinking? We need her back. How can we get you to my show next? Now, yesterday's price ain't today's price. Right, mama? The price is the, and you have the receipts. It's not even just talking, right? At this point, you got the receipts. Just check my IG. I ain't got time to go back and forth with you, man. Holler at me when you get yourself together. When you do your homework. Beautiful. Music to my ears. You know what I'm saying? But now you can validate it because you've proven to your audience, you've proven to your platform that wherever you go, you bring value besides just your performance, besides just your music. That's a beautiful thing, don't get me wrong. But the dollars need to make sense, right? So if you want those dollars, then you need to make it make sense for the business that's investing those dollars into you. So if you tell me you bringing 100 people to my country, and each individual spending $3,000 while they're there, because on average, on vacation, people spend about $3,000, give or take, especially if you're going for 5 days and you want that luxury treatment, right? Am I wrong? Around 3,000 is the average outside of America, right? Outside of America. So if you can manage to bring 100 people, you're right, people go to Miami and spend $3,000 for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Some people do that. But in Dubai, that's really what you can do. So if you can get 100 people to Dubai and spend $3,000, you just help the local economy boost over 300,000 for the time that you was there. That's a powerful thing. Now you have all the leverage when it comes to negotiating. And this is how this thing works. Okay, so I just wanted to touch base on that. I'm gonna share the microphone with everybody else. We definitely go. Don P's gonna do his magic with us and get all the questions answered. But just wanted to give you guys some perspective in the direction in which we're going with this conversation, so you understand why this was important and your undivided attention is needed. Okay.
I just want to say something real quick before I pass it on to you, Don P. It's all about growth mindset versus fixed mindset. Okay? Do you want to grow? That's it. I come from the hood in the Bronx as well. Okay? But for me, once I reached a certain peak, I was like, there's more. Where is it? I'm gonna go get it, right? We could all do that. We're no different than you guys are. We just honed in on what we wanted to do and went after it. And did our research, made our connections, made our network, and now everything that we learned, everything that we've expanded, we're now bringing it to you guys. And that's what it's all about for us, is building that community. Like Excel was saying, we're all bringing 100 people. This is not just about me, Excel, Seth, Don P. We're all bringing 100 people. This is stuff that you're going to put under your portfolio, under your resume. And when you come back, you can talk about that experience. So I like to travel, you know, and I know the ladies like to travel, right? I like to travel. So a lot of people connect with me for that reason. They always want to know, how are you traveling so much? What are you doing? What do you do for a living? You know, things like that. So people see what you're doing and they're going to come approach you and they're going to ask questions, right? And that's when your value goes up. So I just want you guys to think about that, because we're very conditioned to think that we cannot make it out of the situations that we are in. That we got to continue to stay on that same circle, you know, as artists, do the same events, as entrepreneurs, do the same pop-ups, sell at the same places, things like that. And yes, we want to cater to our communities, absolutely, because we're trying to change our communities. But also, to add the change, we need to expand and bring those resources and that value back into our communities. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that.
All right, man. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. All right, man, we're going to jump into a couple of questions, man. I'm going to give them an opportunity to kind of explain in depth. And then after we go through a couple of questions, I guess we'll take Q&A from the audience, all right? That sound good for everybody? All right. First question that I had was, I talked about the invite only in Global VIP. Who is invite only in Global VIP? When you talk about invite only, I want to go a little bit more into depth. So we talked about this a little bit on the side, like how do you create that market for the people that we are going to consider VIP? Because this is not for everybody. So who is this for? I'll give you an opportunity to throw that out there.
Yeah, I'll jump in real quick. So we need to invest in ourselves, period. That's all it is. We need to invest in ourselves. I'm all about mentors. Your favorite mentor has a mentor. Everybody's learning, everybody's growing. If we're not investing in ourselves, we are not going to get to the places that we want to get to. And investing in yourself sometimes requires it monetary, right? So this is what we're doing. Like, we're coming out here, we're doing multiple city tours and having these Q&As. We're invested in ourselves. We're paying all of this out of our pocket and investing in what we believe in, which is Invite Only Global VIP, and then we also have Fearless International Agency. Okay, so we are believing in ourselves, and we are taking money out of our pocket to invest in ourselves. And that's what it is. That's what it is. You have to just invest in yourself, and that's how you will be around the VIPs, because the VIPs are investing in themselves, y'all. And I know it's not the easiest thing to do all the time, but when you have this information, this is when you sit down and you think about business, you think about budgeting, right? And that's where I come in. So I'm very heavily focused on the business side. You don't got your stuff together, that's okay. I didn't have my stuff together at a point. I started multiple businesses. When I first started my first business, I think I started the right way. It definitely didn't get to the point where I wanted it to get to, right? But I learned from those lessons. So you start investing in yourself in that way. You start looking at your budget, how much money you're spending. All right, instead of spending money here to impress these people and things like that, all in my community all the time, why am I not taking this money and investing in something I really want to do? And investing and expanding, right? So we need to invest in ourselves.
Yeah, thank you. And to piggyback on that, basically, the white folk do it. They outsource. And they always diversifying, they're always investing, they're always doing different things and they keep us entertained, so that way we are distracted and we not focus on the bigger picture. Well, those days are over. A lot of us are woke. A lot of us realize we have influence, not just here, anywhere. Wherever we go, we bring something to the table. You know what I mean? So now, what we do in America, what I do in America, just to be clear, I'm an immigrant. I was born in this country. So I know the world has a lot for us. When I say us, I mean people of color. Because if they see me and they see you in the street, bro, we both the same. We both gonna be harassed, just the same. You know what I'm saying? And I felt that already. I already know the vibes. But because I realized that the world is bigger than just my hood, my intention was always to outsource. All right, you giving me a hard time here for that? Guess where I'm going? Over there. Because over there, they love me. In fact, they want me to come back. And then I'm going to do it over there, and I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to sell it to you for a premium for being a jerk. You know what I'm saying? That's how you make a statement here. And that's just the attitude for Invite Only Global VIP. Yes, we are a travel community. Yes, we're going to go to Dubai, have a good time. You guys have flyers. You see everything that's there. We're doing all of that. But we diversifying our portfolio, as Sue mentioned. We are expanding our network. We are going out there to achieve more resources that are available that would not be available to us in this country, because this country, there's a lot of politics. It's too much Hollywood play out here. Everybody's Hollywood. Everybody got something going on. They ain't got time for you. This, not the third. You got to kiss so much ass. It's like, damn, my lips are brown. I'm tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just done. Through with it. It's like, yo, y'all can have all that shit. I'm over here. I'm not even going to be in your way. But then what I do, I focus on people that complement my vision. As I mentioned before, I've been following Seth for over a decade. If I remember correctly, we've been on Instagram for a while, going back and forth, just monitoring the moves that he's making. And he's a leader in the community, and I respect men like that. So I'm gonna associate myself with him because I operate in the same fashion. On the drive over here, we're talking about code, standing on code. I stand on code. I ain't grow up with this man. And then guess what? In a matter of seconds, we shook hands and I felt the energy. Oh, he come from my village. He's from my clan. People like that I need to be around. That's what Invite Only Global VIP is all about. Surrounding yourself with people that are like-minded like you, that want to see you grow. There's no competition here. We can all eat. This world is huge. If you take all 8 billion humans of this world, you can put them in Texas, everybody fit. They want to hit you with the, oh yeah, overpopulation. Get the fuck out of here with that goofy shit. That's only for people that don't know better. They won't listen to that. But I travel the world. When I flew over here, I seen a lot of land in the sky. I'm like, damn, niggas ain't living here. Talking about overpopulation. Why ain't nobody here? It's empty as hell over here. Again, the propaganda. I'm done with it. I travel the world. It's a different conversation. They're not worried about overpopulation. In fact, they want you to go over there and help them develop. They encourage you to come. As Don P mentioned, what you want, a sponsor? What you want, a collaborator? What you want, an investor? What you want, a venture capitalist? What do you want? We got it. If you guys do your research, and I wouldn't be surprised if Dubai has an embassy, so not Dubai, but the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. That's the name of the country. Dubai is just a city in the UAE. The UAE is composed of 8 states. Dubai is a city in one of those states. The name of the state is called Sharma. Sharma is the name of the state where Dubai is located. So now, but there's an embassy. I wouldn't be surprised if the UAE has an embassy out here in New Orleans with all the activity that's going on out here, because they tap in. They all over America, right on our nose. We're not even paying attention. But we created an Invite Only Global VIP to make it easy for us to understand how we can build our community, how we can build an ecosystem. A lot of us know how to build businesses, but we don't know how to build an ecosystem to sustain that business. You know what I'm saying? We're very creative when it comes to coming up with, innovative things. But how do you build an ecosystem? The first thing is this: get rid of your ego. If you have an ego, you will never be able to build an ecosystem. Egos cannot survive. Egos is a virus. Get rid of your pride. You don't need a pride when you're building an ecosystem, because everything in that ecosystem is essential, is needed. Even the people you don't think is necessary, they are necessary. They're there for a reason. They serve a purpose. It's an ecosystem. See, that's why we don't box nobody out. We want to create a community where all of us feel like we are part of the Global VIP membership. This is our ecosystem. If you're part of this community, you are essential. Because wherever we go, as Sue mentioned, if you go to the world, around the world with 100 people, all of us are responsible. And we can all say, yo, I took 100 people to Dubai. Yeah, it's in your record now, it's in your resume. You're part of this community. You know what I'm saying? So, Don, I hope I answered the question. I helped answer it. But in a nutshell, that's really what it is. We want to make sure that you guys understand that there's a lot of resources outside of Dubai. And due to my relationships and my connections, now it's easy for me to put these things together and come to a city like yours and say, yo, bro, I got this going on over there. We can go outside. It's cool. These people, they rock with it. Because for the past 20 years, yeah, of course, you can go to Dubai 1 or 2 times and then think you're connected. That's not how it works. It doesn't work like that nowhere, to be honest with you, right? As long as there are humans there, human nature is, nah, nigga, you gotta be more consistent than that. You won't get me the first night out. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. So I put in my work. I went out there, shook hands, kissed babies, did what I needed to do to make sure for the past 2 decades they know I'm serious. Now I'm bringing people with me. Bro, it's lit. As Sue mentioned, we in your city today, but next month we in Atlanta. Then we in New York, doing the same thing we're doing here with you guys, having these conversations, because the conversation will continue. And God willing, we can come back. Due to the support of Saz and Don P, they saying, yo, come back to the city, let's do it again. Let's really get the word out there so that way people understand that there's other options. We all know that this country is falling apart. It's no secret. That's the elephant in the room. So this is your exit plan. Being part of a community that actually can put you in a position to be successful globally is an exit plan. As an American citizen, you have the option to have multiple dual citizenships. And in case you don't know, you can go to Nigeria or Ghana and get free passports. If you are part of the transatlantic slave trade, you have any bloodline or origin in that, there's a free passport available for you in Ghana. I promise you that. Research it. Oprah Winfrey got it. Steve Harvey got it. Ludacris got it. I seen these niggas out there getting on shits. They're not promoting that. They ain't talking to us about that. Why they keep it under secret? It's all good though. Y'all can have that. But guess what? What's truth should always come to the light. One way or another, we're going to find out. And now this is the time. This is just one step. Invite Only Global VIP is just one step to show you that you can actually outsource and be a part of a community that will help you grow up. Whether you're an artist, an entrepreneur, you just love luxury, you're looking to diversify your portfolio, you just love adventure. But guess what? It's always good to have options outside of this country, because if this country falls apart, you have somewhere to go. You don't have to necessarily stay here and say, well, I'm just going to thug it out. No, bro. You're not, look, America is a land, but we humans, we belong anywhere on this planet. They taught us to believe that this is where I was born here and everything like that, but bro, the world is ours. The world is my stage. I'm not just going to settle for what you tell me when I know wherever I go, as long as I stand on code, I'm welcome. I just realized that shit. I'm here with you guys, no disrespect. I love it, and y'all showing me love, so why I can say I'm from New Orleans? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? This is my home now. You know, you hear me? Yeah, word. Facts. You know, it's just go and respect the people. It's simple. That's what Dubai is about. And I think Sue will make a good job explaining to you guys the ethics, the culture, and the expectations that you should have when you do travel to that country. So I'll let Don P touch on that and then Sue.
The next question I had was, I wanted to talk about how many times you've actually taken people to Dubai as far as the trip, and then talk a little bit about what is the typical itinerary when you're out in Dubai.
This will be our second time going to Dubai. After the pandemic, we started the Invite Only Global VIP community. The first trip that we did was to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, and it was successful. We managed to take our people out there. They had a great time. Then the next challenge was to go to Dubai because I already had the relationships over there. So if we were able to get people to go to Dubai and show them that if they're artists, they can perform out there, they can hit the radio station out there, they can hit the studio out there. If they're an entrepreneur, let's just say if you're into real estate, I could connect you with brokers, I could connect you with other real estate agents out there, other investors out there, other developers out there, architects. I have access to all these people because, like I said, throughout the years, for the past 20 years, every time I go to Dubai, you run into these people. And if they see you consistently, they're going to have faith in you. Because now they're like, oh, okay, you know what, you was here last year, we spoke about that, now you back. Yeah, for sure, let's build. And that's how we go. And it got to the point where we were able to build this community, right? And now, for the second time, we going to Dubai, now we have a team. We are a lot more structured now. Because I learned my lesson from the Dominican Republic trip and from the trip that we did last December. If you go on Instagram, all our receipts are in there. If you go invite only, period, global VIP, that's our official Instagram page. All of our receipts are right there. You will see what we did last year when we was in Dubai. And now, the one thing we didn't do last year is what we're doing this year, which is building infrastructure and building our ecosystem, building relationships with other individuals in other cities, so we can come to their city and have these presentations, this Q&A events, to explain and more thoroughly give people the information, the education that is beyond just going to Dubai and flexing on Instagram. You can do that. Because we will be at the Versace Palace, we will be at the Sky Pool, as we mentioned, we will be at the Desert Safari, we're doing all of that, the yachts and all that, but you can also put yourself in a position if you're an artist or entrepreneur. You know what I mean? So that's really like the rundown, and the intention here was just to kind of like create a situation for the past 3 years, building this, getting into this position, making sure that people like intelligent people such as Sue and Cess could see and understand that this is what it is. And I'm not here to waste your time. And you guys know Cess, he's not gonna be doing nothing that doesn't make sense. And I don't wanna speak for the man because he can speak for himself, but just based on the conversations me and him had, that's how much respect I have for him. I didn't wanna come to him with something that wasn't gonna stick and waste his time. He has better things to worry about. So I said, when I reached out to Cess, and I'll let him tap in on that, but when I reached out to him, he said, yo, all right, let's look into it.
The other question, of course, everybody's probably wondering, if I wanted to, let's say today, you convinced me. You've talked about the business opportunities. You've talked about the opportunity of performing. You have convinced me. I want to go. How does that process work? Talk a little bit about that. I want to make the decision today to go. How does that work?
Before I get into that, I did want to mention something that Excel touched on, right? So why this is important to us is because there's a lot of gatekeeping out there. There's a lot of gatekeeping in all industries. especially in the music industry, right? So we're bringing this opportunity without that mentality, right? We put our egos to the side, right? We saw what it could do, right? So I want you guys to keep that in mind. There's a lot of venture capitalist companies that are being shut down right now, or are in the process of trying to be shut down, right? By our white counterparts, right? Because they don't want us to invest into our communities, to invest into our businesses, okay? That's happening right now. There's a really popular funding company, female-owned, that's in court right now because they're trying to shut her down because she's been investing in black and brown businesses, okay? So we need to think about those things. They don't want us to share these resources. They don't want us to do that, but we're here to do that because we can. Because there's so many things that we can't do that no one is telling us that we can do. They don't want us to be woke. We're woke right now. They don't want us to feel this way. And all the relationships that you guys are building, that is so important. You see this right here, like Excel mentioned. He connected with Seth a long time ago, and now he's bringing something of value. They're bringing something of value to each other. All of the relationships that you're building are super important, so you gotta make sure that you stay with that, right? So we're here today, we're meeting you guys. Even if this is not something that you want to do now in October, but you're thinking about for next year, make sure that you tap in with us and keep these relationships. Because this doesn't stop here for us. There's a lot more that we're doing with all of this. And there's a lot more countries that we're going to visit. You know, Dubai is just a start for us. You know, and Excel already went last year. There's so many success that he has had. So there's so much to do. And another thing I noticed while I was out there was they want innovation, like Excel mentioned. They want us to open up businesses over there that they don't have. So they do have all the skyscrapers, they do have all of that, but they don't have the businesses that we have in our country. They don't have that. They don't have that community that we're building in our country. So why we can't go build that community over there? We can. We can. And it's made of 8 cities. That means like the possibilities are endless, you know? So, but I'm sorry. Tommy, what was your question again?
Just talking about like, if you wanted to make the decision today, like let's say if I wanted to make the decision, I'm interested. How does this process start? How does it go? Like where do we sign up at? How do we give you an email? Like what do we do?
Yes. So actually we have our registration form, so tap in with us once we're done. We're gonna be sitting here, signing you guys up, but just know that what we're doing is unique from anything anybody else is doing in the travel industry, okay? And this is not knocking any other travel company. Everybody's doing a great job. But we find value in giving you guys the opportunity to do this based on your budget, okay? So right now we're accepting $100 registration fees, okay? $100 down payment. Companies are not doing this, but we're more invested in giving you guys the opportunity than anything else. So that is what the process entails. So you'll fill out a registration form with us. We'll send you all the information. We'll send you the itinerary, the packages, the rundown, and then you'll have more information. You can, you can make a decision on yourself. But if you guys need to tap in as far as anything that has to do with business, if you're trying to fix your credit, things like that, definitely tap in with me. We can talk about that too, because that can also help.
Yeah, thank you. And let me add a little bit into what Sue just mentioned. So granted, you make a reservation for $100 today. Now you're part of the community. We'll send you an invoice. We'll give you all the details, the information, and so on and so forth. But guess what just happened as well? You come to us and you say, hey, Sue, hey, Excel, I'm interested in going to Dubai and doing this, this, and this. No travel company is gonna accommodate your thoughts. Once you purchase something with that travel company, whether it's Expedia or any other company out there, that's just whatever itinerary you bought, that's what you're gonna run with. With us, you can actually come to the table with your ideas or a proposal or whatever situation you think you might want to execute in Dubai, put it on the table and say, yo, I want to go with you guys, but I also want to get this done when I'm out there. Let's make it happen. See, you guys and all of us, we in a position, as we mentioned, just 3 years ago, we started this company. We here. It's a startup, right? This is like Bitcoin back in 2011 when it was only $13 for one Bitcoin. This is the moment. This is the Bitcoin moment. Because we are innovating a whole new concept of travel. I was just flying in here. Next to me, there was a young lady that was going to a conference for tech she was saying it's a conference that they hosted this weekend out here. And I was explaining to her this the concept of invite only global VIP, and she was like, wow, that's different, that's innovative. That's innovative. I don't see how AI will interrupt that. Because what we doing is we are operating, AI is just a tool that's gonna help us keep this community together. Because one thing AI cannot do is replace human interaction. She heard. AI cannot replace this one-on-one, hanging out with my mans, hanging out with my girls, hanging out with my people. Ain't no way I can put up motherfucking virtual reality and feel like I'm there in real time. That shit's goofy. You can't. Automation cannot replace that either. A robot cannot make me feel how a human will make me feel. I don't care how much they try to sell you that concept. So with a community like this, you will always have that real-time interaction. You have the opportunity not only to have interaction with the community, but also to expand and outsource and build relationships globally and bring value wherever you go, because that's what we do. It's innovation. This is Bitcoin in 2013. It's what we're doing. A lot of people don't understand it. That's why we decided to come to your city and explain it to you. Because if I was to meet you on the internet, my brother, me and you going on IG and I'm DMing you, looking at me like, this nigga's a scammer. Right? This nigga's a scammer. Fuck out of here. Next. I heard that shit before. I know where this movie in. You know what I'm saying? But before I come to you, my brother, out of respect to you, I said, nah, I gotta pull you with my man, because he know him. And I don't wanna waste your time. So before I go to you, I gotta make sure I don't waste his time. Because he ain't gonna let me get to you if the shit is goofy up top. Be like, nah, bro, try something else. This shit ain't gonna work in my city. Come on, y'all know what it says. He ain't gonna let no goofy shit happen over here. So before I had to come to you, I told to him. Then he said, all right, let's set it up. Let's bring him in. Let them hear. Explain to them. Because if he can evaluate it and see value in it, so can you guys. Out of respect. You know what I mean? So that's what I did. That's what we did with Sue. We said, you know what, let's go to these cities and we do it in every city. Thank God, as she mentioned, with the network in Atlanta, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Miami, Orlando, Toronto, we have access to these cities. I was just explaining this fest, like, yo, in the future, if you want to put together a tour in every one of the cities where we host Q&As, guess what, my brother, we have access to that now. You don't need no label push to go to Miami. We got that. You don't need no label push or you don't need a industry budget to do a show in New York. I got that. You want to go to New York, do a show? You want to go to Toronto, do a show? You want to go to Philly, do a show? Let's get it. Because in every one of those cities, guess what we do? The same thing we doing right here in front of you guys. And guess what you can do? Become an ambassador as a performer from the entertainment sector. As I mentioned, business, entertainment, luxury, and adventure. So you fall on the entertainment sector of this concept. In every city we go to, you attach your tour. So now you can say you have 8 city tours. It's true. And guess what? You can end your tour in Dubai, because guess what? We going. You can start your shit in Toronto, New York, New Jersey, Philly, Virginia, Atlanta, Orlando, Miami, New Orleans, Dubai. Why you need a fucking industry behind that? Why you need a label behind that? You did it yourself. Because you're part of the community. This is what we bring. If you're an entrepreneur, you want to build conferences. How many editors, publishers, who write? Anyone that writes books in here? You're an editor? Fantastic. You want to publish a book and do a media run from Toronto down to Miami and New Orleans and Dubai? Let's make it happen. You go to any one of those cities. Again, back to the fashion concept of things. You want to activate your brand in different cities? Do a tour for your brand? Treat your brand the way artists treat an album, a project, and do a whole media run for your brand? And you know, all across the East Coast and New Orleans and Dubai, you can do that. You're part of the community. She mentioned it. We're not out here gatekeeping. Whatever you guys need from us, you're part of the community. Let's get it. We growing. This is Bitcoin 2013. It's up to you. Either pay $13 today or pay $130,000 10 years from now, or however much Bitcoin is worth. I might be ODing, but I'm not too intelligent when it comes to that. But they lost me. But anyway, but this is what it is, right? So it's a situation where $100 will allow you to be a part of the community. We're built with you. Now you have access to us in real time. You have our numbers, email, Instagram, whatever, Any questions, you have access to us directly. You know what's happening, and we'll be happy to give you all the answers to give you, so you can have an educated option to make the best decision to enhance your career. This is for you guys at the end of the day. We're gonna get ours regardless, you know why? Because we're not stopping it. If nothing happens from New Orleans today, we're gonna come back and we're gonna keep talking. As long as Seth supports it, and you guys keep showing us love, we're gonna keep coming to your city until this. It might not be the right time. Everything operates in divine order. Might not be today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next year, but guess what? We're gonna keep building. As long as I have Seth's support, I'm gonna keep coming to your city. And any other city in between, as I mentioned, we have access. Plenty of access for you guys. To put yourself in your career in position outside of your region, or your state, or your city. Your city will always be there because this is where you're from. You know this like the back of your hand. The goal is to make everybody else aware of what you got going on so that way they can support you. And then your city will embrace you. You see, the way this thing works, this city gave birth to a lot of kids. What makes you special? When you leave the city and you show them, oh wow, he is special. Come back home. You represent us. You are exactly what we want everybody to be like. That's how this thing works. Everybody in your city needs to prove themselves before the city embraces them. You have to be an activist. This man is doing it. Y'all follow him, you see, every day, non-stop. He put in the work. So I said, yo, Seth, the quality of man you are, the world needs to see that. Let's go overseas, bro. Am I lying? That's what I told you, bro, to your face. You know what I'm saying? Because we stand on code. And we got to protect people like that. There's not many of us out there. And that's the goal. It's part of the community. We're building it. So now you have no excuse. You cannot say, yo, I don't know nobody like that. OG's over here be on that goofy shit. Nah, bro. Those days are over. You know niggas like that. Stop playing. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. You don't even know niggas like that. You know kings like that. Because we not niggas. There's kings over here. And everybody's a king. Everybody's a queen. We royalty. We build. That's what we do. Our ancestors did it. Mansa Musa did it. Y'all know your history. He did it. The Egyptians did it, and look what they created. One of the most powerful empires in history.
This is how you learn, right? Because this is also education, right? So we all have to start thinking about who we surrounding ourselves with, right? Who are we around? What energy are we around? Because we want to continue to grow. We can't stay around the same like-minded individuals. We have to be around individuals who are thinking growth, okay? And I just want to finish it off by saying name, image, and likeness. We didn't really break it down as we should have, but people are getting paid off of social media, right? They're getting paid. That's their brand, right? TikTok. U.S. is threatening to shut down TikTok. Possibly because a lot of people are getting paid off of TikTok, right? So you got to think about your name, your brand, your image, right? And we talked to a lot of you artists that are here today, designers, all of that. I'm putting my own installation out there, okay? I'm holding a conference out there on the yacht. I'm going to talk about business, mindset. I have a line that's coming out, all of that. We can all do that, okay? But I also want to mention, when you guys are spreading the word, this is also fun. Whoever wants to come to have fun, girls trip, couples trip, we got couples packages, all of that. People who travel by themselves. I know a lot of people who travel by themselves. Their friends don't want to pull up, right? Okay. Their friends don't want to pull up. They go by themselves, but they want to go somewhere. When they travel by themselves, they Google and they look for communities that they could travel with, even if they don't know them, but they want to feel safe. This is also a safe community to travel in, okay? And Dubai is actually one of the safest cities, okay? So all of that. So when you guys are sharing the information, when you're thinking about coming, things like that, you don't only have to think, I'm an artist, I have to bring my artist friends. No, you can bring your friends to have a good time as well, because there is something for everybody out of all of this. And like Excel said, we going, we're gonna have a good time. Everybody's gonna see it, you guys are gonna see it, and you know, that's it. Just tap in with us. This is something we're passionate about. So as y'all can see, Excel's definitely passionate because this is something that it's taken us a long time to build. Just our brands, period. So thank you guys for allowing us to share this information with you.
Yeah. So for me, I look at this whole opportunity, you know what I'm saying, as an opportunity. You know, when Excel hit me up, you know, about the piece, you know, we said we're gonna do this Q&A, right? And so we have to have a vision of what this Q&A look like before we even make the flyer. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, everybody, you know, who here, like, this is what we saw before we even, you know, did the flyer, right? And so I'm saying that because you have to picture Dubai before you get there. And how you want your experience to be before you get there, you know? So if you're a family member or somebody supporting an artist, you know, your family member on stage, you know, performing in front of, you know, the audience, you got to see that before you even pay your deposit. You know what I'm saying? And if you're the artist, like, you know what I'm saying, all of those skyscrapers, that yacht, you know, that $25 billion yacht, paying, you know, doing your own video out there in Dubai, being able to capture those opportunities before you pay your deposit, right? And, you know, I made a post last week just talking about, like, not just doing showcases anymore, you know, for myself, right? Because, like, you have to grow. You can't be the same you from last year, this year. You know what I'm saying? And so, in order to grow, you got to make decisions about your future. And so, if you want to do the same type of stuff you was doing last year and get different results, you know, they call that insanity. You know what I'm saying? But you got to add certain things to your resume in order to grow and to accomplish some other things. And, you know, like Excel Share, you know, this is an opportunity to not only do Dubai, but do, you know, multiple cities and grow with an organization and a community that can help, you know, grow your business, grow your career, expand your travel. You know, a lot of people never leave New Orleans, they never leave Louisiana, they never leave, you know, the United States. You know, so most people at least want to do a vacation once a year, you know, twice a year for some people, 3 times a year for some people. So, you know, this could be your vacation trip, this could be your family vacation trip, your girl's vacation trip, guy's trip, you know, couple trip, you know, you support, you know, one of your people and their dreams and their endeavors. But for me, you know, this is an opportunity for us to grow abroad, you know what I'm saying? So I travel out of the country, I got my passport already, you know what I'm saying? And I travel with my family, my wife, my kids, and so, like, that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm not just going with, you know, I'm going with some of the people in this room because I already see some of the people that's in this room that I already know that's going. But I'm going with my wife, I'm going enjoy, you know, Dubai, and then I'm going to another country. You know what I'm saying? I'm also gonna make sure, what you say? My sister ain't got, I ain't gonna, she might, I ain't sure. But, like, I won't travel, you know, with the people that's in this room who got, like, a vision for their future that we can go and tap into, you know, Toronto, Dubai, the Bahamas, Jamaica. It don't matter where we go, you know what I'm saying? But they got a vision for their future, and, you know, they're about investing in themselves, enjoying themselves, these excursions, you know, all of these things that's happening. Like, we gonna have fun, you know what I'm saying? We gonna build a community, and then we gonna go back next year in 2025, you know? So we won't break the ice. Like, you know, we not about to keep talking about this, you know, long drawn out, but it's super cheap, and it's 5 months away. So you can put $100 down here, $100 down there, or you can knock it out, you know, at once. It's up to you on your budget. But it's an opportunity, and they're gonna have more opportunities that's come from this. But, you know, like, if you see your people, you know, on that stage selling their merch, networking with, you know, all of the different people in Dubai, and, you know, a lot of times it's about finances. You know, we can see them dudes got that Earl money, and, you know, they wrapped up, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, come network, you never know who you gonna meet that can, you know, expand your territory. You know, so like I'm fucking with it. I already know some people in this room fucking with it, and we gonna keep continuing to build a network.
Man, give it up, 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 give it up. All right, we got, go ahead.
And just to kind of like tap in with that, $100 deposit today, then you have the option to pay weekly, you can pay monthly, or you can pay in lump sum, as Seth mentioned. You have until September 15th to pay it off in full. And then those are the kind of payment plans and accommodations that we make so that way you can budget your finances accordingly. Also, the airline companies, for the most part, they actually do payment plans as well. So you can lock in your flight at a specific price and then make payments on that flight until it's time for you to fly to Dubai. So there's options for your airline, but we don't book flights. Because as we mentioned, we have cities all across the country that we curate these Q&As for. So therefore, we don't manage flights because people are flying from all over the country. We offer the information that's on the flyer, where the website is. You go to the website, you see access to all that, exactly that one, baby. You see the access to all of the packages that's available in there, all the information, the itinerary, and it clearly states that flight is not included in that package. Just to be clear, be transparent, all the information is there, it's public information. But airlines do offer you the payment plan option, so you can always look into that. And we do have the weekly, monthly, or lump sum option as well, and you have until September 15th to pay it off in full, because the very next month we're flying out.
All right, I think we got all the information out there we need to get. Y'all got all the information y'all need to get out there? Any questions? Anybody got any questions? All right.
What is your total price?
Well, it's on the website. There's different packages, so it depends on which package you want to select. Yeah. Okay, so if you guys can actually navigate, I'll help you guys navigate the website right now since we're here. If you go on Instagram, search invite only, period, global VIP, please. Start with there with the official Instagram page that we have for our community. Once you find it, there's a link option there. You click on the link that says inviteonlyglobalvip.com. That's the official website. When you go to the website, it'll give you, you can scroll, you'll see the Artist International package, you see the VIP Diamond package, VIP Couples package, and so on and so forth. There should be around 4 packages there. That's where you make your selection to which package you want to choose. And then once you choose that package, we have the registration over here. You make a $100 deposit, and then we'll send you an invoice that will send you notifications on a weekly basis to let you know that payment is due. Another $100 payment or whichever payment it is that you can accommodate in your finances, and we'll be able to collect that payment and add it to your total. But you'll get notifications on a weekly basis. Once you register with us today, you make a deposit today. We'll give you the form. We'll fill it out right here together. And then on that form, you just mentioned the fact that Seth was your reference, because of him, this whole thing happened. So you add his name. That way we know that it came from the Q&A in New Orleans, because we do Q&As all over the country. And that way we keep track of the people that's traveling from New Orleans, and we know exactly how to have the conversation with you guys. Once you reach out to us, we know exactly where we met, how we conducted ourselves, and that kind of thing. Okay, so inviteonlyglobalvip.com. The website is on our Instagram page. Make sure you follow the Instagram page. Feel free to navigate through the Instagram page. The top 3 pins, we have recaps from last year. We had a comedy networking event. So any comedians that want to go to Dubai, this is your chance. Let's go. Or we can have you perform in Dubai. Any poets, spoken word artists that want to perform in Dubai, I've never seen a spoken word artist go on tour. The last one I saw was Maya Angelou. After her, I haven't seen a spoken word artist touring the world. So this is your opportunity to start doing that. Again, any people that own brands? Oh, my bad.
We got some more questions.
Questions. I think I had questions over here. What you got, baby girl?
So, my question was like, about with like, kids don't, you know, they don't stop you from doing anything, but it's a little hindrance, you know, how do you think somebody with kids could go about that and still chase their dream with children?
Here, but no, we're all parents here, but I only said that because, you know, female empowerment. That's a good question. We have to think about, again, just building our community. So you see how we're building this community? As parents and moms, and if we're single moms, we have to think about building our community that's gonna support us in times like this. I think that would be the first thing, you know, that I would advise to do. You know, I definitely have to do that myself. You know, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm a little hard-headed, and I kind of feel like I could do everything on my own, you know, so it took me a while to be comfortable to have that trust and build that community, but you have to build that community that can support you in times like this, you know. But, you know, if you do want to travel with your child, that's something you can think about as well, depending on, you know, how old your child is and things like that. But I think, yeah, just seeking out that support, and just like we're sharing this information with you, sharing that information with your support team and letting them know how valuable this is to you and how passionate you are about it and how it can potentially change your life, you know?
Yeah, so for me, you know, like I travel with my family on certain trips, you know. So like I went to Hawaii, you know, brought the whole family out there. It was very expensive, I'm gonna say that, you know. But I went to Jamaica, just me and my wife, you know what I'm saying? So when I go to Dubai, it's gonna be me and her. I ain't going with all of them, you know. So it's about like, yeah, so it's about prioritizing and knowing what you're gonna do at those destinations. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, if y'all, you know, familiar with Super Scent and B. Marie, they in Dubai, I think right now, maybe on their way back. But, you know, they just was in Dubai, and B. Marie, she posted her child, you know, in Dubai, wrapped up. You know what I'm saying? With the, you know, the journey. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, they went as a family, you know what I'm saying? It looked like, you know, I didn't see Super Kid, but I just saw her, you know, her and her husband or fiance, whatever it is. So it just depends on, like, how you want to operate. But, like she said, the community. So we have some events that's not kid friendly or kid oriented. So if you got somebody that's going to be in a hotel or a resort, you know, watching your child for this particular block of hours, you know what I'm saying? The child will still be with you, but, you know, somebody, you know, watching your child while you doing this event that's, you know, adult oriented. So it's just, you know, like I said, up to you on how you want to maneuver.
And just to add to that, the hotel where we're staying at is a 5-star hotel. It's a JW Marriott Marquis. It's the number 3 most luxurious hotel in the Middle East. And they do have a daycare area there. All right, so that's an option. If you want to bring your kids, you can leave them at the daycare in the hotel if that's one of the things you actually exploring and doing. But that's available, just so you know.
Also, this opportunity is here for endless, you know? So if it's not something that right now, because you need a support system, things like that you can do, that's okay. But now you know about the opportunity, so you can work on it for next year and things like that. You know, just budget yourself. You know, there's things we're spending money on every day that we don't need to be. Put that away for what you want to invest in yourself.
A few less ounces.
Question. What you got?
Hey, I can't leave the country for 6 years, but I still want to do the cities. How I go about that? I'm talking about performing in other cities.
Well, that's a good question. That's a great question, brother. Like, at the end of the day, we building a community, and whatever your circumstances, we don't push nobody away. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we here to work. As long as you're serious and you're passionate and you're not wasting nobody's time, we're happy to support you and help you through this process. You know what I'm saying? And we understand that things happen, but that shouldn't stop you from pursuing your career. But I respect effort more than I respect talent. Just remember that. So as long as you show the effort, and you're serious about it, let's work.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Questions?
The ones that don't have a passport, how can you help them with their passport?
Yeah, we have a contact that can actually help you guys expedite the passport if you don't have it right now. And you have ample time. As Seth mentioned, we roughly around between 4.5, 5 months away from that. If you can expedite your passport, you technically can get it within 21 or 22 days, something like that, or maybe sooner than that. So we have a contact, we have people that can help you expedite it. If you're serious about getting your passport within the next couple of days, we can make that happen for you, or within the next couple of months, we can make that happen to you. Just don't wait until September to realize that you need to get your passport, because then it's nothing we can do for you by September. But between now and I say early August, we can work some magic for you, for sure.
Wait, the deadline is September what? 15th?
Deadline is September 15th.
Also, a passport is not hard at all to get. Like, it's $200.
So the post
But it ain't nothing that y'all gotta go through nobody, you can go to the post office.
Yeah, once you book an international flight,
It's so.
they're gonna expedite it anyway.
Even without a flight, you know what I'm saying, it's something you can get in 2 months. You know, it's not-
2 months of that, you're right.
Any other questions? Any other questions? What you got? You look like you wanna ask a question. Ask a question, man.
Hey, how I get some property over there?
Good question.
Good question.
Awesome question. Well, again, I've been to Dubai for the past 20 years. I know brokers, I know real estate agents. I have access to people that actually own property and they have land available. They're looking for investors. So that's something that they'll definitely embrace you with that attitude, my brother. You go out there with that, you're gonna find them, because guess what? At every one of our major events, I'm inviting all these people to come out and network with you. So you don't have to go looking for them. They'll come to us. When we do the concert, when we do the luxury yacht, when we do these events, these networking events, these comedy events, they'll come to us, because I'm inviting all my friends to come over and network with every one of us out there.
And I'll definitely be having a real estate person on my panel out there discussing that, because that's something I'm interested in doing, is investing out there. They're building up the wazoo, y'all. Like, they are building so much. They're even bringing real estate conventions to our cities now, because they brought it to New York and I went to see it. When I went, I stayed in part of my trip, I stayed in an Airbnb. The owner owns 60 other Airbnbs. So there's opportunity for that out there, absolutely, 100%.
No, it depends on which area of the UAE you are looking into. Of course, the closer to Dubai, because Dubai is a hotspot, the price will fluctuate. But the city itself, Sharma, is a big state. And everything is like 30 to 20 to 15 minutes away from Dubai. So those are the areas you want to start looking at. See, as an investor, you want to start looking at the outskirts now, because it's kind of like too late for you to go to Dubai. It's 2024. If you would have been out there in 2004, you could have bought the land in Dubai for like $10,000. But that land now will cost you almost $250,000. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way it is. So now, as a smart investor, if you're looking at the region, right, at the demographic, and you understand that, okay, within a 15 to 20 mile radius, I can get to Dubai in 20, 30 minutes. So you know what, let me get this land on this side that's 20 minutes away, and I can still say it's a property located in the Dubai area. You can still sell it as a Dubai area location if it's within 15 to 20 miles radius.
I just tried to pay, and it wouldn't let me pay.
No, we'll take care of it on this side, so we'll take care of it. Thank you. And you're an artist, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm looking forward to your performance, and I saw you on Instagram. I'm a big fan of what you're doing, the way you conduct yourself, you're creating your page. It's exceptional, it's top notch, top tier, and I'm so glad that Seth actually brought you on board for you to be a part of this project. So us, we're gonna do our due diligence to make sure we put you in position when we out there, so that way you can. No, listen, this is what we do. This is what we do. This is what we do, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take care of each other. That's what we do. And just for the record, I'm former military. I did 8 years in the military, so I know what it takes to take care of your people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very passionate about doing that.
And it's okay to feel scared, because guess what? The things that make you feel uncomfortable, that's where the growth is.
Amen.
Last question is, okay, so I know it says like, $3,000 for the artist, y'all paying for everything, but how much would you recommend? Because first of all, you're crazy if you think you're going anywhere without no money in your pocket. But how much do you think extra do, you know, the artist or whoever's coming should bring, you know, just in case?
To be honest with you, with the $3,000 package, again, we did this last year, and I had an artist with a similar situation, because he was going through his transition financially. So I told him straight up, I said, listen, bro, if you give yourself a per diem of $100 a day, that's reasonable. So bring $500. Because again, breakfast is included daily, so you will eat every day. You guys, if you see the itinerary, everything that's on that itinerary, we stand on that. There's daily breakfast. You have dinner at the Versace Palace. We're looking at doing a barbecue lunch at the Desert Safari. We have appetizers and beverages available at the Outlet Sky Pool Party. We have also let's say and we have one more thing. Oh, the yacht. In the yacht, we also have food and beverage available that's included. So for those major events, you have ground transportation is included as well. We'll pick you up from the airport, bring you to the hotel, and take you back from the hotel to the airport when it's time for everybody to go home. And their transportation is only available if we go into our major events. Now, if you choose to venture out and do your own thing, now you're gonna have to, your budget will have to extend a little bit because you want to do your own thing. But think about it, it's the Middle East. Traveling is actually cheap out there because gas is super cheap. Over here we're paying how much for gas? Almost $4. Over there they're paying like damn near like $1.20 for 1 gallon because they make the gas. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. Oh, and even with that, gold and silver is super cheap. Gold and silver is super cheap, and they don't sell you 10, 14 karat. For them, it's 24, 22, 24 karat gold that you get at market value. If you look at a gram of gold, it's currently, I'm thinking maybe $64 a gram of gold. Globally, you go to Dubai, you get that same gram for half the price, about $32. You know what I'm saying, for that gram of gold. You bring it back home, you get it appraised, now you flip your money. That's an easy flip. My man right here, he looks like a hustler. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. You know what my man, he felt that one. He was like, word. He
And
felt that.
also the taxes that you.
Oh, the grand
Also the taxes that you're paying, you're able to get it back at the airport as well. The taxes that you're paying on any purchases that you make, they return it to you also. Yes.
Yep.
It's a receipt, yes.
One US dollar equals 3 dirham. The dirham is the name of the currency out there. So your dollar goes a lot, it stretches over there. So for $1, you get 3 dirham. You go out there with $1,000, that's 3,000 dirham. You know what I'm saying? So you get a lot for your buck out there in Dubai. But nah, yeah, it flips, man. So one of our dollars is 3 theirs, all right? So, yeah.
All right, good afternoon.
Thank you.
Just like to thank you guys for coming out and sharing the information.
Thank you, baby.
Super informative.
Thank you.
A lot taken in. I'll just say that. And if you're not following my podcast, what you doing? If you're not following the Pretty Little Fangirl podcast, what are you doing? So here's my question. So I'm a 4th grade teacher in real life. That's what I do. So I do want to know, I don't have any bars. I don't have any of that. But you did mention conferences. I can do, like, I can see myself, like, and I'm just putting this out there. Teacher conference. We about to get our school tag. Y'all about to be it. I'm ready for it to be over. So I'm thinking about getting teachers together to do a phenomenal summer. We won't live our best life. We done the kids from August to May. And I'm thinking about, just like my teacher friends, just like off the top, like, no, we're not artists or anything like that, but
Can I add to that?
where teachers party. Like I told my students, like, I'm going out every day this week. Y'all not about to have no homework. Right? I let them know that. I'm not gonna have anything. I'm gonna be lit.
Queen, can I add to that? 'Cause I
Absolutely.
I have a friend out there that she's a teacher, but she's actually from the United States, and she goes in the summer when she's off from here. She goes and teaches English over there, so you can get part-time work as a teacher in Dubai and still live your best life while you watch.
That's what I'm thinking. If we get, because we're still teachers, I'm thinking like
So yes, I know.
business first and party later. That's what I'm thinking.
But the point is that you guys can actually outsource when you off in the summer. You can take your summers to be teaching English in Dubai. That's a thing. So
And I teach everything. I teach from math, English,
I'm
certified teacher.
I'm just saying that the opportunity is there. Like, let's just say, if we put together a teacher conference for you.
Absolutely.
And I invite my friends.
And have like comics and things like
And
that
have
too?
conversation, so she
Okay.
can tell you guys what resources are available for you guys as academic, instructors over there.
Because I'm pretty sure their education is like top notch.
It is, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure it's like superb.
And it's free. For people-
What?
It's free. For people who are from there, it's free. Education is free.
It's an exception.
And see, I'm in a private school, so I'm looking like, wait, what?
And healthcare.
Yeah, but we can definitely talk about that. We can.
I definitely like to get.
That's a
Talk
great
about
idea.
that.
That's a very good. We have to.
And they have a state studio where you can do the podcast.
Oh yeah, we have access to the Barco Studios. In fact, if you follow the you come see me, we'll talk, and then any one of you guys that are interested will be in this corner right here, and we'll give you all the information you guys need to understand the resources that are available for you. We will be at the studio for those that are artists. We're doing a live streaming at the studio. The current studio we have that we partner up with, they actually have distribution through Empire, so we can literally figure out a way to get you, potentially put you in position so they can consider giving you a distribution deal. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of opportunity. And as mentioned, our studio that we have out there, the partners are over at the Barco. If you want to host your podcast, in fact, you want to host your podcast at the Infinity Sky Pool, let's do it. That's something that Sue is working on, putting together some events over at the Infinity Sky Pool. Or you want to do it in a luxury yacht, in the $25 million yacht, host a podcast up there. Let's do it. You want to host a podcast in the desert? Let's do it. Let's rock. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Sounds good, sounds good. Thank you so much.
You got it. Thank you. That was a great feedback. And you guys are amazing. We love all these questions. Thank you. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
All right, so I got two questions, right? Well, I guess it's kind of, this first one is gonna be kind of a little piggybacking off of what y'all just said. So you said it's a link to show, like, for the contacts or the connections that we got on that side, like the details. It's on the website. Is that what you said? Maybe I heard you wrong.
No, the website is for information on the itinerary, on the packages that we currently have available. You go to the website, you see the packages that you would like to consider. If you're an artist, we have an international artist package on the website. You click on that, you will see that entire itinerary and everything that's available for you as an artist within that particular package.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So my other thing is, if y'all can share, so y'all already been there, right? So what was and y'all mentioned earlier, like, it was a moment, right, when you was kind of like, oh, we got to do this, or we got to, come back and I need to, like you said, I need to do more research. So what was the moment when you was like, oh, we got to put everybody on this? So how did that, what went into that and sold you on it?
Great question. And for me, the moment was when they were trying to book, one of my friends was trying to book the Outlaws. You guys remember Tupac and the Outlaws?
Yes.
Yeah, my boy was trying to book the Outlaws, and they was about to pay him $65,000. I'm like, yo, bro, why are you paying $65,000 for the Outlaws? No disrespect, but they not worth $65,000. My man just said, because I like them. I said, boom, say less. Y'all niggas just got money like that. It's time for me to come get this fucking bread. You know what I'm saying? If you're paying $65,000 for the Outlaws, we drunk. You got it. You got it. Let's get it.
I got it. And what I want to ask you was, like, when I said about this in the states cities, y'all got a package for that too?
No, that's a special situation. Catch me on the baseline. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. And thank you guys. You guys are doing exceptional. All these questions are amazing. Give yourself a round of applause.
All right, is that it on the questions? That's it, good on the questions? All right, cool. I'm gonna turn it over to 615, and I think we're gonna get ready to move into the second portion of the show.
Rappy, I got a question.
One more question. What you got?
All right, so my first question is, I know you said you paid the deposit through y'all. Okay, what if somebody can't pay the deposit till say next week? Okay, and also I noticed on the website you cannot make payments, so all of our payments would just be made strictly to y'all?
No, that's why, just leave us on the side, we have a registration form. The reason why you cannot make payments on the website for this particular case is because we want you to get credit to sets. And in order for you to get credit to sets, you gotta do it through the link that we have. So that way you can put sets name there, that way we know it came from the New Orleans Q&A, because we do this in every city.
Thank y'all, and thank you for coming out. Thank you.
All right, now I'll turn it over, man. Give it up, 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 Brian Excel. Sue Fearless, Sex 45. Give it up for yourself. All right, man. Of course, we're going to turn it over to my man, Sex 45. We're going to jump into the second portion of the show. DJ, give me a little music as we get ready to roll into the next part.
If you guys want to sign up or something, meet us right over here. We'll be happy to help you guys out.
And yeah, if you have any further questions, you want to sign up, you can go walk over and meet Sue Fearless, Brian Excel. Shouts out to I Said Network. Pretty Little Fat Girl Podcast. Yours truly, Dan P. Dirt Life, I see you. Flame Lotto, Ari Love.